Hi, I'm Allie. Basically, this video is sort of out of nowhere. It was just me ranting randomly about my exes sort of thing. So I thought this would be like a cool thing, like I'm talking to you about my shitty boyfriends on FaceTime. I was just started going on a tangent during one of my videos. And I thought that would make a lovely video, just me talking about all my crazy, weird boyfriends that I've had in the past. Basically, welcome. This is the first time seeing me. I'm so sorry that you're seeing this, but honestly, I mean, what can you do? So let's get into me ranting. You know, I'm sure you guys are wanting to hear about it. You know, so I had one boyfriend, right? I'm sure you know him, but you don't, but you're going to know him, right? So basically, I was 18, he was 21. Right, I was nearly 19, like I was nearly 19, like I was 18 turning nearly 19 in a few months. And he seemed so lovely, you know, I wasn't really into him, but then, you know, he kept persisting, and I was like, you know what, I'll give this man a chance. You know, like we all do, right? And basically, he then was nice, everything was going, but he was really good, really attentive, and then suddenly he started distancing himself, and I'm like, man, what is up with that, homie? Like, why are you doing that to me? So then I started sort of getting to, you know, like, he would take a few days to respond. Like, I was lucky if I was going to get one text that day, but I was so in love with him, you know, and I was like, oh, you know, it's okay, you know what I mean, like, it's okay.
That your boyfriend doesn't care about you.
Got to a point where he said that he got his ex pregnant. Didn't cheat on me, but this was before we got together, right? And I was like, okay, like, whatever. Started doing some, you know, stalking, some little digging, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you would have as well. You know, I mean, it was a little, like, I wasn't ready to be a stepmom yet. Oh my god, why is that so bright compared to everything else in the video? Maybe I need to turn you guys around so you aren't staring just out of everything. And here's my mic. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna move you back a little bit more. No, I just can't do that to you. And then you guys get close. You don't get that blinding ass light. Anyway, so I was like, you know, I gotta do some digging. You know, just like every other regular person. If you don't do digging, then honestly, bestie, maybe you should. It's the greatest thing ever. And I realized she doesn't have a bump. If she's like 4 or 5 months along, she should have a slight bump, and she does not have a bump. So I was like, man, this man's lying to me. Then he said he was going to see me for my birthday. It was like my 19th birthday. I was so excited. I had my house clean. I got my cake and everything. And then he just didn't respond to me at all the entire day. Like, he responded to me at like 11 o'clock saying that he was going. And then I waited for him. And I waited for him. And I waited for him for 7 hours. And it's now like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, and my mom's like, sweetie, Ellie, I don't think he's coming. And I was like, Mom, this is a shit birthday. And she's like, I know. And she was petting my hair. It was just devastating. That's all I could say. So I cried. I cried like a whole pile of tissues. Like, if there were tissues, like, you wouldn't even see me. That's how big the pile was. It was just, you know? And I was just devastated. And obviously that's the next day he's told me when his ex was pregnant. And apparently he was trying to process it. That he couldn't even send me a quick fucking text that he wasn't coming. So I knew something was up. I was like, you know. Anyway, and then a month later he tells me, he pretends to be his friend, and he tells me that he's in rehab. He's like, oh, such and such is in rehab. Are you, such as partner Ellie? And I was like, I am. Why is he in rehab? And he's like, oh, he's going to rehab because he's addicted to drugs. You know, and I found out, you know, later, he actually is addicted to drugs. And 2, he just said that because he just wanted not to talk to me. So, that's fun, you know? Anyway, so a month later that, I already went to like fucking two strikes, right? And then at one point, he was like, I'm too good for you. And I was like, you know what, fine. If you don't respond to me, whether or not you want to be with me, right? Because you keep doing this thing, I will dump you tomorrow. He didn't respond to me. So I dumped him. And he sent me this really sorry, pathetic fucking text. He's like, you know, like, I didn't want us to break up, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you could have fucking texted me. Are you dumb? Are you? Okay. So, that was that. And then, you know, I tried to heal for a few months and I started dating another dude. I started seeing him. Didn't date him for like a few weeks after that, right? And wasn't really into him, but like, he was trying, right? You know, I'm like, oh, you know, if he's trying, maybe I should give him a chance. No. He was somehow worse than the other one. And while I was seeing him, my previous ex, a few months beforehand, started randomly texting me. He was, you know, doing the little dirty texts, and I was like, I have a really bad gut feeling about this. I was like, my girl gut usually never lies to me, so I was like, I gotta do some digging. So I did do some digging. I stalked his Instagram. I looked at his tags, but it wasn't even stalking. It was like, it was right there. Like, and I looked into it. And then I looked at this girl had tagged him. And I was like, damn, okay. And then I went to her Instagram and I saw a letter, his letter, with a little heart. And I was like, that's a little weird. Right, and then I scrolled through her posts and one of them was like, happy 6 months to the love of my life. And I was like, 6 months? And so I started doing the math. I was like 6 months. We broke up a few months after they got together. So we interlapped. And she had only just recently turned 18. Mind you, he's 21. And she just... So I was like, I don't care if she was a few years young, like a few months younger. Why didn't they just wait till she was a few months older, till she was 18? I was like, this is a little weird. I text her. Couldn't get in contact with her, so then I text her sister because I was like, man, someone's gonna know about this. Someone has to warn her, you know? And so I text her sister, and her sister is basically like, right? She's basically like, I'm not going to tell her. He's been really nice to her. She might, you know, hurt herself if she finds out that he's been cheating on her because, you know, he's like her entire life. And I was like, bestie, this ain't good. Like, it ain't good. Right? And I had screen recorded the dirty texts that he was sending me. And I included his Snapchat, you know, made sure, like, it was not a fucking lie. And that, like, I showed proof. I scrolled through the messages. I recorded it through another phone. Like, I didn't record it through the same phone. Like, I just recorded it through another phone. And he was sending me snaps at the same time as I was recording them. So, they knew. They knew it wasn't fake. You know, I was smart with my head. I was like, man, I gotta record this. I gotta send proof. Anyway. Right? Things are gone. Things are done. Right? So, you know, I'm like, okay, I need to add her. So I find her Snapchat, I add her, and then she adds me a week later, and then I sent her the hey girly text. Right? She does not take it well. She was calling me names and saying that I was lying. I'm like, bestie, look at the video. It ain't lying. Do you think I know how to Photoshop at this age? Do you think I know how to Photoshop? And like, why are you making it seem like I'm some crazy ex that's in love with him? I'm already taken, bro. What do you want about? You know? Anyway, so that's boy one, right? And then I just things just didn't work out. I tried to be friends with her. It was just weird. It was like she was like low-key trying to make me jealous by trying to pretend like she had a hickey on her neck, and it was just weird. You know, I felt bad for her, you know, and I just felt it was weird that she was kind of complaining about her partner to me, who was my ex, who treated me terribly and is treating you terribly. Why don't you just dump him and we can be besties? You know, because I'm a nice girl. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you guys should know me. You guys should know that I'm a nice person. Anyway, so go on to boy two. Remember how I was dating boy two and he was sending me those texts, and obviously I let boy two know. I let him know. And he was fine with what I was doing because he's like, I don't like cheaters either. Turns out, he also cheated on me, but with a catfish. And it was an obvious catfish. It was so bad. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. And he was just another bundle of joy. Like somehow he was even worse than the previous guy. You know, it was just weird. You know, funny thing is, you're gonna love this. Come close. Come close. Come close. You know, come close. I told him that I liked watching Barbie movies. Like, I texted him. I was like, I want to watch a Barbie movie. Didn't say with him or anything. Just said I want to watch one. And then we got into an argument over that. He got triggered at me liking Barbie movies. I went to him. I was like, dude, you like SpongeBob and Adventure Time. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, so we got to the argument, and you know what he said? Come close, come close, come close. He said that liking Barbie movies was the same as liking age play. That's what you get for dating dumb dudes. Where's the line? Where's the connection? Do you even know what that word means? Are you just throwing words out of your fucking ass? How is Barbie the same as anybody? And just like, and people are like, oh, there's some missing links. No, there was no missing link. He was just dumb. He was just flat out dumb. Because I was fucking confused. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? You dumbass. Anyway, and then he was just a whole caboodle. He would get upset. He would fight over you. He was a lone wolf. We all know what that means now. Lesson number 1. Anyone who's watching this, don't ever date someone who calls themselves an alpha wolf. Now, I didn't even know what that term was until TikTok a few years later. Right? And lone wolf. They may like to seem like it's really cool. It's not. It's not. Do not date someone who calls himself a lone wolf or an alpha man or an alpha wolf. Just don't. Just save yourself the trouble. Just throw it in the trash. Don't even like text them. Just ghost them. Just boom, out of the trash. Nothing more. You don't even want to like text them because they'll get all the gross shit on you. It's not funny. Okay, it's a little funny, but it's not. Stop laughing. Stop. Anyway, alright. And so, then, it was just a whole caboodle. Like, he was like the worst thing you want in a man, like, combined. Like, honestly, I feel like he was an incel. He never said anything that was like the same as an incel, but the way he called himself a lone wolf and an alpha male, and just some of the small little comments he would make. I can't remember the comments, but there were just small little comments that, like, you just remember as it being like kind of incel-y, but you don't actually remember what they said, and you're kind of just like, maybe I should have left. So I learned my lesson. No matter how much you love someone, girl tip number 2, don't be with someone who has sort of the same incel ideologies. Save yourself the trouble. Save yourself the trouble of dating someone who's like, the world hates me. I'm so depressed because the world hates me. They're making the world hate them. If you are constantly telling people that they don't care about you, and they do, you are basically making them hate you. And that's also girl tip number 3. You can feel like the world hates you, but don't actually, like, say stuff out loud. Because then you're going to make the world actually hate you. Right? It's like a given. And then he just did a lot of shit. Like, he cheated me with a catfish. And when I mean, like, cheated, I mean, like, it was so obvious it was a catfish because none of the photos of her were ever the same photo. Like, at least if you're going to do a celebrity, like, you get those catfishes that try to be celebrities, and they're like, oh, like, they're all the same pictures of, Millie Bobby Brown. Right? This was not the case. This was not the fucking case. Because they were all different photos of every single person on her profile. And it was just interesting. I don't know how to explain it. It was like he was dumb. Like he was just dumb. The Barbie thing, and now cheating me with a catfish. And he says, "Oh, I didn't know we were together." He was calling me his girlfriend. And I stayed. Like don't be like me. I have been good enough that now if anyone cheats me, I leave them. I'm like, fuck off. Get your stinky little cooties away from me. But bestie, come here. If a man cheats on you, do not stay with him. Because from my point of view, you will never get over that betrayal. You can say you will. You may be fine now, but 20 years down the track, when you are married and you have kids, you suddenly get that thing that hits you in the head and you're like, oh my god, I never fully got over this. So just don't. Just don't. Avoid it. Throw him in the trash, like where he belongs. He cheated on me. It was just something. It was something. And then, I was like, I want to see your messages, because him and I were long distance. I was like, I want to see him. And he did. And then I didn't see one bit until after we broke up. And I was like, oh my god, he cheated on me again, but I don't know why I didn't see it. So I messaged the dude that he cheated on me with. Right? Because, he goes both ways. And the dude was like, yeah, I didn't like him, but he was making all these, like, really, like, aggressive advances. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. Just block him. And he's like, yeah, I have blocked him. I'm sorry for you too. And we just sort of bonded over that for a bit. And then we just, went our own separate ways. But yeah, so it was interesting because, yeah, it was just a whole caboodle. Like, some of the stuff he did, I can't say online. But, like, honestly, girl tip number 4, or 3, one of them. When you see a red flag, do not give a man a second red flag chance. No, 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 no. You give, if you want to be generous, 1. But you shouldn't even give 1 because they will realize, oh, she's okay with this, so I can push the boundaries even further. No, 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 no. You dump and you ditch. Or you just ditch. Or you ghost. You know what I mean? I don't even know why. But yeah, it was just terrible. Yeah, like, those are the ones that had my adult relationships. So I'm like 21, nearly 22 now. I haven't dated anyone since, I feel like 2 years ago. That last relationship low-key traumatized me, and honestly, it's kind of hard to find someone that I'm like, that doesn't give off slightly red flags. You know what I mean? And at least in my area. Like, everyone. Like, everyone knows everyone sort of thing. And so you sort of know when most dudes are kind of dicks because it kind of spreads around like wildfire. It's like a scratch you just can't itch. It's like damage control. Like, you just know, and you're like, avoid him, avoid him, avoid him, avoid him. Yeah, that's really it. I don't know why I was complaining, to be fair. I wasn't even supposed to be talking about this shit. I was supposed to be talking about something else, but here I am complaining. I assume it would be a nice video for you guys to do, though. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. I actually gave the video an outro. But hi, I'm sorry, this is like the video that you have stumbled upon. Me talking about my worst exes and basically, how they might be worse than yours, to be fair. Well, they are. We never know. You comment in a video if mine are worse or if yours are worse. We can bond this together. We can be like a girl. Then we can just bond. We can just, we just bond in this channel. Anyway, though. I'm sorry this is the first video you've come across, but I hope this is a good bonding experience for you and you enjoyed watching me suffer. If you do like the channel, I am going to start uploading more frequently, and if you have any video ideas, just let me know in the comments below. Like, it's just really appreciated, so thank you so much. Oh, my microwave is going off. I gotta go. See ya. Skedaddle. I made the place really smoky because I accidentally put a metal tin in the thing, and I think I burned it, and like the whole place is like foggy as I'm coughing. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. If this is the last bit that you're getting, I'm so sorry that you are basically enduring this. So sorry. Bye.